Like I'm 22, you know I'm 305. Tatted on my body, I got everybody in a job. Somebody hit the lights, camera, let me improvise. Can I get a hallelujah? More moolah, more peace for my medulla. The whole crew up, yeah. Louis Prada, Dundada, top flow, come take a ride up with the rider. I came up from the bottom, you have no idea. You can't swipe through my story, write my name in history. Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, almost had me down, came back to life. Hell yeah, right. Who's gonna stop me now? Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky, that's the high. Oh, what a night. Suicide doors fly, open eye, reemerge from the side like a god. I'm talking real guap. 23, 45 with the rock. I'm a lie, I am not what they think. I like it dirty, I'll be 50 with the ricochet. She threw it at me, I hit it right down the straight away. Feel like somebody put a blue pill in my lemonade. I think that's how I ended up in the bay with this pain in my head. You know I came up from the bottom. You have no idea. You can't swipe through my story. No sir, write my name in his store. Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, almost had me down, came back to life. Hell yeah, I'm feeling right. Who's gonna stop me now? Oh, what a night, yeah. I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky, that's the high. Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, almost had me down, came back to life. Hell yeah, right. Who's gonna stop me now? Oh, what a night, yeah. I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky, that's the high. Oh, what a night.
I just don't even know anymore what to say about that. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Whatever it is, wherever you are, I hope that y'all are having a good one. It has been a crazy ass day. Crazy, 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 crazy. Can't hear me? You can't hear me? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Crampton, Stephanie. Okay. All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Whew. It has been a day, a day, a day, a day, a day. Thank you, everybody who was over there watching the premiere. It just ended. And thank you to everybody who was there today, who helped out with the battle. I very much appreciate y'all. That was awesome. I'm trying to give everybody a chance to get over here from the premiere. That was an epic battle. Yes, it was. And those folks are dumber than dog shit. Do you hear me? Dumber than dog shit. Over there saying that the only reason I won is because we dropped gloves. Hey, dumbasses, the 2 universes that I got equaled more than the points that she had total. I don't know why people are so damn dumb. So today has been a hoot and a holler. A hoot and a holler. Amy Unfiltered, because they have been saying for weeks now that I have lost all my support. Several of the clip channels and the channels who stalk and harass me have made videos saying that all my supporters have left me because I'm a horrible person and I ain't got no support no more, and yada 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 yada. So I guess she thought that it was a good idea, and I reckon she believed the shit. And here we are. Her score was 120 something thousand, and mine was 420 something thousand. And I don't know what she thought, to be honest, because I've already beat her ass twice on my other channel. And I mean beat her ass just as badly. I mean, not 400,000 points, but bad. And then the time that Gypsy came on my channel, she sent me a message and said she couldn't battle me anymore because of my having Gypsy on my channel. Like I gave a fuck. I uploaded it, Taj. And the crazy, oh, there's my babe. Listen, and I said this today. I said this on that live. I know that people can't be there for every battle that I do. And I know that people can't help at every battle that I do. But when I have something important and I need people to help and to show up, they do. And they show out. And that's nothing different today. And just like so many others have done in the past, they completely underestimated me and my community. And she got a mud hole stomped in her ass. And all of the titty baby bitches in her chat saying that I cheated and that I can't win without a glove. Number fucking 1, I got 2 universes, and neither of them hit the glove. Neither of them. Just those 2 universes were worth more points than she got total. I stomped your ass times 3. Literally, my score was 3 times as much as yours. Yeah, and it was 2:30 in the afternoon. Stephanie, who ain't? Both sides of the Gyp verse are talking shit about me. Like I give a shit. Now, do you think for one hot minute, if I had come on there and said, okay, we ain't going to use no gloves because I ain't had time to get some, and she had them, that she wouldn't have used them? Hell no. You ain't going to throw that shit on me right before the battle. If you want to do that mess, you tell me beforehand. I didn't have any either. So I went live and got some. IBK, you're here. And listen, I said this today and I meant it. I just said it again. I know that not everybody can help every time I go live, but I appreciate y'all's time. I appreciate y'all tapping. Everybody's important. Now, with that being said, I'm pimping myself out because y'all know I am not monetized over here. And the only way I have of getting compensated for time and effort is by tips and donations. So if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy whatever, tips and donations are appreciated. Cash App scrolling, and I don't know if I've got it. Yep, it's pinned at the top. The PayPal is. It is very much appreciated. So welcome to everybody who's here from TikTok. I appreciate y'all. Elise, I'm so glad. Congratulations. Thank y'all for being here. I am going to show y'all tonight who this dumbass that everybody is fighting over is. And I'm going to show y'all his videos with his theory about Gypsy Rose. And then I'm going to show you what he says about the baby. And then we're going to watch his most recent video. She was on the other live, Jax, the premiere. I don't know if she's in here. She was on the premiere of the there she is, Jax. All right, let me get this mess pulled up. Now, these videos about Dee Dee are disturbing, and there are several of them. Several of them. So just prepare yourself. If you have never seen this man, prepare. I haven't seen it. F. Breeley. Who did Christy put it out to? I'll go look while this is playing.
Probably going to be a long video, but then I may have to cut it off at some point. Just make like a part two. I don't know where it's going to go, and I'm going to have to ramble in certain different directions and everything, man. I'm trying to finally tell you guys about what happened that night from information that we've received. I'm going to go over all that. All right. And then it may have to be to a part two, but I'll do it pretty quick. All right. I'm sick, man, but I got to get this out of the way because, guys, Wendy Adelson, check this out, man. The grand jury there in Tallahassee meets, I believe, September 17th. If not, it's a couple days either way. I'm off. And Luis Rivera, who was the getaway driver, those of you that know the case know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, you need to please check out the murder of Dan Markel so you know about Wendy Adelson, because she's next up. That was not a murder over custody. She manipulated her family into having him murdered as her sacrifice, just like Gypsy sacrificed her mother. Okay? Dan Markel's his name. Please look it up. All right. The getaway driver, the one that took a plea agreement and has testified against all of them. He's the reason they've all gone down. He's already been to 4 trials and 4 of them have been convicted.
This is the first video in his series about Dee Dee. First video in his series about Dee Dee. And for those of you who don't know, this is Karma Collector. This is the man that says that Gypsy's baby's not real. Dee Dee was sacrificed. Just listen.
Satanically.
Yes, he is 55 years old. He just turned 55 on October 16th. He was born in 1970.
But he says he's 60.
Yep. He says he will be 60 in the spring, but that is not true. His name is Christopher L. Matthews with 1 T. And before I show, let me just show something else. Hold on. Today, and thank you to the person that did this, somebody did a side-by-side comparison of his mugshot with his picture because he claims that this is not him. One moment.
No, Shell. This is this guy's dangerously antagonistic towards Gypsy. I mean, we can all talk as much shit as we want, but ain't none of us going to the level that this guy goes to.
Now, this man says this picture is not him. Obviously, he's younger and his hair is cut.
We can't.
But there is no mistaking that this is the same man. I'm trying to get the damn thing up here.
I think you're talking about me. Yeah, that
is him. Ears are the same, eyes are the same, nose is the same, lips are the same. He's just sagging a bit. And them eyebrows are sure the same.
Identical, yeah. He looks like he's already going gray at that point.
Now, I took this picture on the right from the Department of Corrections in the state of Florida. I did a search for him in Bay County, which is 30 minutes from where I live. All 3 of his arrests that led to prison are in Bay County, 30 minutes from me. He was in prison one time for 2 years, the other times for a year. Now, this man claims to be a practicing RN, claims to be a prosecutor and a registered nurse, claims that he and his wife, who is a psychiatrist, live in this house, that he's installed a drop ceiling into their add-on room. Yeah, the ears are identical.
Yeah, you never see nor hear hide nor hair of her, and I've yet to see a ring on his finger anywhere. Not that that would mean one thing or not, but still.
I mean, he comes up with all kinds of things. He just keeps saying that she's in the business. The only business she's in is your freaking
imagination land.
Ain't that the damn truth? Now, I'm going to tell y'all his theories. For those of you who've never heard this man before and don't know anything about him, he is off the fucking wall Looney Tunes. So just get ready.
They moved him from prison to Tallahassee jail. There's a reason they did that. He doesn't have a plea. He doesn't have an open appeal. He's not back on appeal. Initially, that's what you would think. Because he took a plea agreement. He got a sweet deal, but he agreed to testify against everyone, and they need him. They need that dude's testimony to make it work. See, so I'm pretty sure he's back for this grand jury, which means once that convenes, normally pretty quick after that, they'll release the indictment on her. They're for sure gonna indict this bitch, man. All right, now we got to get back to Gypsy. Just want to talk about that. All right, the night of the ritual and sacrifice. Okay, first of all, we got to talk about the evidence and what I have.
Thank you for the flash out.
First of all, it's hearsay. It's hearsay 3 levels deep. Of course, this isn't a court case. I'm just telling you guys what happened. You can choose to believe it or not. I'm going to connect it to the interrogations and all the other loose ends that people are wondering, why is that? What's up with that? And you're going to see. Okay. Hearsay only happens on a witness stand, not in real life. Okay. It just means someone on the witness stand is trying to repeat what they heard. They heard it. Now they're trying to say it. Mary Jo told me, objection, hearsay. There are exceptions to the hearsay rule. And one of the main one is you can repeat something that the defendant said to you. That's not hearsay because, well, you're probably, accusing them. You're an eyewitness that's accusing them of something. And you can say, well, they said that. That's not hearsay. Also, for the most part, there's certain things that are out. If a witness has taken the witness stand before the witness that's there now, and they testified to something that was said by them, this new witness, if they have knowledge of it and there is a foundation that's been laid, can be asked to corroborate what that other person said, if it was something they said type deal. All right? And there are a few other exceptions, but none of them would be applicable to what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? So that's what hearsay is. You heard it, now you're trying to say it. That only exists on the witness stand. That's not a thing in real life. That's just, people, someone told me something, you believe it or not. All right. But I'm trying to show you what happened and do this in a, formal type manner here as best as I can. All right. So the evidence, I told you, these are mainly ex-girlfriends. It's also ex-friends. There's some guys. Information about and from what they heard from David Blanchard, Dan Glidewell, and Brian Rogers, a.k.a. Ace Bannister. Not so much I don't think, from David Blanchard. He's not got a big mouth as much as the other two, okay? The other two get drunk and fucked up, and they like to brag. They think it's cool that they're devil worshipers, and they do these things to people. Well, it's going to be their downfall. All right, so these people, now you have to understand, okay, the number one hurdle, guys, is you have to trust him. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, if you don't believe me and you think, whatever, I mean, I guess you can hang out for the entertainment purposes if you think I'm crazy and I'm just lying. But I have no dog in this fight. We're just trying to expose these evil type people. And they're the only ones I'm going to expose, or if it's got rituals or sacrifice involved, right? I'm not making any money. In fact, I'm spending money doing this. I don't care about people knowing me. And you people that say you're doing this for clicks and views, I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, I want people to view it because I want people to know the truth. That's why we're doing this. No one's making any money. I'm never going to monetize. I don't even know how, and wouldn't try to. Okay? Who the fuck on YouTube would want to advertise their videos on my type content? Think about that, guys. No one's making any money. I'm not trying to be famous. I don't give a fuck about any people knowing me. Just trying to tell the truth of all these people. And I'm trying to move on to Wendy Adelson when she gets arrested. That's what we'll do. Until then, we're going to talk about this raggedy bitch still. All right. So the first hurdle is you have to believe me. Knowing I have no dog in this fight. Okay? And I'm telling you, I don't lie to people. Unless I'm trying, except it's two reasons. To avoid hurting your feelings. If you tell me, oh my God, do I look fat in this dress, and you have gained some weight and you're kind of busting it out a little bit, I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you, oh, no. Okay? To avoid hurting your feelings. The other thing is, if I'm trying to help someone or help putting on a surprise party for someone, you have to tell lies for that. You have to tell a whole shitload of lies.
Those are literally the only two times.
Those are the only two instances I will lie. Okay?
Oh my God, he said it.
But anyway, you don't know that. I could be lying about that, right? Okay, well.
Yeah, that's the third lie.
Then you have to believe the people that you don't know at my organization that took all of this data, put it together, compiled reports for me. You have to trust that these people you don't know, did they take factual, did they take the information from what we've gathered, the actual, really what the witnesses say, and compiled an accurate report from that. You have to believe that too. Okay? Now, on top of that, you have to believe that what these people came to report to us said is true.
Choir of voices.
Okay? Now, I'm going, but you have to understand, these people, some of them knew each other, some of them not. And some of them, it's over years of time, guys. This has been 10 years old, this crime. And a lot has happened.
Do they live up above the ceiling panels?
Pretty sure they live in his
But if it's different people that don't know each other and the same type shit, okay? That's what we're dealing with here, okay? All right. So you have to believe that these people are telling the truth, although they're telling the same things. Okay, you have to believe that. Okay, now I want to give this example, so maybe that can help you decide whether you want to believe that or not. Okay,
nothing you say is going to help me.
Let's put it to a court of law. All right, juries want fingerprints, they want blood, they want videotapes, they want direct confessions, they want shit like that. Okay, I get that. But a direct eyewitness testimony saying something they saw, they know knowledge of, they witnessed, the person confided in them, that's on trial, that is evidence. That is good evidence. That is direct evidence, actually. That is direct evidence. The same like blood, that is direct evidence, okay?
What is it? What is?
It's the jury's, the trier of fact. It's their duty to decide whether they believe the witness or not, period. And the judge always instructs in jury instructions, always, before the jury goes back, any of the witnesses for the state or for the defense, you can believe some of what they say, you can believe all of what they say. You don't have to believe them at all. You can throw their testimonies out altogether if you want, even if you believe them, he says. And he says, you can believe part of their testimony and you can believe the other part's a lie and throw that out. You, as a trier of fact, have to determine that. Okay? So
this is all like exposition.
I'm asking you to have to do that with these people. Right? Okay. Now, let's do it this way. Pretend that there was a mock trial. Okay? Let's say we have Ace Bannister. Brian Rogers is the one on trial. He's the biggest animal of all of them, without a doubt. Okay? And you have him on trial for just wrongdoings he's done to people, woman. It's a mock trial, right? And you have three or four girls, one after the other, they call to the stand. Boom, boom, boom. And these girls, they're going to ask their background information, their demographics, and you're going to learn that these girls, it's been, in 1 year, and then this one was 3 years prior, this one was 2.5 years prior, this one was, 6 years ago. And they're saying the same type shit, maybe a little bit different, but the same evil type, disgusting shit and everything from this man. Now you're on the jury and you have to go back there to decide. Do you believe this piece of shit or do you believe these girls? Okay. And as it's the same situation here. I mean, there's nothing at stake and it's not really a court trial what I'm doing here, but I'm asking you to believe this shit because it is the truth. But I guess you guys are the jury then on your own. Do you believe it or not? That's all I can do for you. But this is how the information was obtained. And I've already used 10 minutes now just to do the background information. So I'm going to stop there. Okay.
So quickly.
This is part 1. You have to watch this before you watch part 2. Okay. This is about the information. All right. I agree with you. And I'll see you in the next video.
I absolutely believe that there's
something. Hey guys, listen, man, I'm sorry I left you hanging. And I'm sorry I titled that video that way and didn't give you what I should have given you.
Why'd you change?
My wife pointed that shit out to me. I'm sorry. I'm getting better though now. I'm still snipping like crazy, and I'm sorry that's annoying as fuck. I watch the videos, I know, but I'm getting better. So now I discovered what I did though is just earlier I made a whole 40-some minute video explaining the whole night of the ritual, and everything that happened, man, as succinctly as I could have. And what happened is I went to post it and they said, oh, your video is longer than 15 minutes. We're going to need to verify the phone number. We're going to need some picture ID. We're going to need this, that, and the other. Look, I'm not doing that. They can fuck off. I'm not giving them all my information. That's the one, my facial recognition and my thumbprint. I'm not giving them all this information just to post a longer video. So guys, I'm sorry.
Good.
You have to stick with me. There's going to be now a part 2, probably a 3, 4, 5. I don't know. But I'm going to try to do them quick. In fact,
not giving TikTok that information, but posted his whole ass social security number and his federal ID on Facebook.
Right. But he's worried about, he's talking about YouTube. YouTube has that verification thing to get extended features to go, longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to give it to anybody, but he posted it on Facebook himself.
Right.
I can't.
I'm going to try to just do this one, post it and start making another one, right? While that one's even uploading, and I'll open the camera. Okay. Because I'm feeling better now. Okay. All right. So we want to talk about the night of ritual, what actually happened. Guys, I'm going to have to do build up to things though, okay? Just bear with me, because the reason is if I don't give you some background information, number one, you won't understand it. You won't understand why it makes sense.
No one understands you anyway.
That's stupid. Why would they do that? Or it won't be believable to you. And what's the point of this if no one believes it, right? Okay.
That's what we're asking you.
So sacrifice. Something lost, something gained. Okay. The more dear the person is to you, like a mother is a good one, or a child, or the more dear it is to you, the more value it holds. Okay. And the more and better you get to gain. Okay. So that's what a sacrifice is about. Okay. Now it's oftentimes an initiation to get into the brotherhood. That's what's the deal with Gypsy. Okay.
If he says that the sacrifice was so that she could walk,
now, I just want to,
like she really couldn't.
I'm going to cut this off about 13 and a half minutes and start a next part 3. Okay. And do it that way. So I'm watching the time like a nut.
She can
but let me get out what most people want to know. Who was there that night? Who the fuck was there? So I'm just going to tell you that now. I want, and then I'll explain other things as we fill in.
I've looked at her.
David Blanchard was the one that brokered the deal. He was the one that ran the ceremony. He was the head of the ritual and everything. Kim Blanchard, his wife, who's also a Satanist and a witch and a coven, she filmed it. Okay.
Prove it.
Then there was Gypsy.
No, prove the
allegations.
Then
there was Ace Bannister, whose real name is Brian Rogers, but I'm going to just call him Ace Bannister from here henceforth. Okay. They're not two people.
Ace Bandage.
So there's Gypsy, Kim, David, Ace, and then Dan Glidewell. We all know him, right? And then it takes 6 to do a proper ritual. The 6th one was Nick. He's the scapegoat. They always try to put one in there that's unbeknownst to them, like in the Brian Kohlberger, Idaho 4. We have reason to believe that was a sorority killing that killed those girls, and they pinned it on the scapegoat. Wendy's case has a man named Jeffrey Lacasse, who they set up as the scapegoat. They always do that. Now, but he was the 6th one. Nick was the 6th one. So he's part of this ritual, but in a different way. How I'm going to tell you when I get to the video with the part in this series of how he was part of the ritual and tricked. Okay. But so those are the 6 people to make a ritual. That is who was there, guys. I don't care what anyone tells you or what anyone says. That is who was there. David Blanchard, his evil wife, they're filming all this shit because they're always filmed. Gypsy, of course, because her initiation. Ace, Dan Glidewell, and then Nick the scapegoat. Period, 100%. Okay. That's who was there. Okay. Now, if they were doing, please understand, David Blanchard brokered this deal. Gypsy had to give them something to offer, though, too. They don't just say, hey, this chick wants to, kill her mother. Hey, can we? No. No. You have to have something to offer, too. Okay. Money. If they don't approach you and you want it, this was David Blanchard's probably idea, actually. He's been the Satanist a long time. They needed Dee Dee out of the way.
They're not related, right?
What she had to offer was this house. Now I'm not going to get into it on this video. It's a whole thing.
Tried to tell y'all.
I have to explain some things and tell you some things before, but that's what she had to offer. The house with those windows already blackened out. Okay. The Brotherhood as part of it was going to, because they're not going to take the house.
I've lost
from the poor little sick handicapped girl whose mother was just killed and her boyfriend who went crazy was just killed. She had to defend herself. That house would have went to her. She was.
This is what I think. And of course, this is strictly my opinion. I think that somebody knows exactly how this man works and feed him a little tidbit and he just takes it and runs with it. All they have to do is plant a seed and he comes up with the rest in his deranged brain.
Well, here's my thing to counter yours. Everything that I've heard him say so far, and I haven't heard everything, so obviously, but everything that I've heard him say is all stuff that you can find in other people's videos, like Becca Chew, like the fucking even Toodly One Toot, people just reciting the same fucking facts. Anyway, I mean, so maybe the reason he doesn't go live at night is he spends all night long, as high as he is right there, jumping from one video to the next video, the next video, the next video, with all of them on like 2x speed.
I think they set him off on a tangent, and then he just goes ape shit looking at everything, and then it all just is jumbled up in his brain. I truly do not believe that this man can tell fiction from reality.
Mm-mm.
And I do believe that he absolutely 100% believes everything that he's saying. He's batshit crazy.
He believes his own bullshit on top of that. So even if he's making some shit up, his brain is already deciding as it comes out of his mouth that he's some conduit of the truth.
Conduit of God. He really believes that he's doing the Lord's work, and that's what's dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Get ready.
Already an adult. And the Brotherhood already said they would make sure it went through at court, and any probate or anything owed or anything that needed to be paid, they were going to pay it. They wanted the house for a reason, and I'll tell you in a later video. They've got to go down some rabbit holes, even kind of. Okay? That's what she had to offer, so please understand. And she was going to give up her mother and her boyfriend, supposedly the man she loved. So she was going to do a double whammy. She was going to give up those two people, sacrifice their life, do a torture ritual, and then she had her house for some very nefarious things they were going to do. Which are, again, okay? That's what she had to offer. And the reason it was Dee Dee is because she's her mother and she's very dear to her. As someone you love, you got to give up something that's dear to you, or it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's the deal. That's who was there, all right? Now, I need to tell this before we go any further. When I tell you what Gypsy did to her mother, and she 100% did this, and there's film of it somewhere, we need to preface it with this. That little girl that you saw in that fucking police interview where she is not who she really was at all. That's the role. Her mother taught her to lie and act since a child. That is a role. She was a normal, 23-year-old young woman who was running around. This is what they called her, and I quote, all the people said the same thing. She was a ghetto hood rat, and she ran around with ghetto hood rats, a bunch of them devil worshippers too. And the Vision Con, there's a lot of devil worshiping people going on there too, by the way. All right. So,
see what I'm saying? It's like parroting
ghetto hood rats. She ran around drinking, smoking.
They used to say that shit.
Let me talk about that, and let me correct this. That is bullshit. I went to Springfield. I interviewed people that knew her. Yes, she used to sneak out and fuck around with other men. She was not involved with a hood rat devil worshiper. No. I don't even know what the fuck that is. But none of the people that I met were hood rats.
Are there
and she certainly didn't just go hang around with them.
Why is it a ghetto hood rat?
Exactly.
Smoking, hanging out with these people everywhere. Her mother blacking out the windows, not just they couldn't see her walk, because she had friends over and was hanging out. Her mother knew she was an adult. They were at it like a friend-like adult relationship. It's nothing what they told you. They built a whole narrative to make her look like a victim. Okay? No. Her mother had to understand. Her mother knew she was an adult, could come and go she pleased. She was kicking her out. She kicked her out she was sleeping in the porch and bushes at date. She'd run to David Blanchard's house. She'd go to Dan's house. This is another reason. This was two birds with one stone. She could get fame and fortune and get this bitch out of the way. David wanted Dee Dee out of the way. They all wanted Dee Dee out of the way because they were cramping their style with that home. Okay? They had a lot of money to make out of that house. And I'm going to tell you in a later video what she had to offer via that house. David Blanchard set it up, which means he was responsible for getting the film of the sacrifice and the ritual for proof. He would hand it off to his contact person. Everyone in the Brotherhood has a contact person. Gypsy has a contact person. Everyone does. And then that person has one. That video would be put up the chain of command to wherever it lands, depending on how high up you are, right? How many hands it goes through. They're going to take that video and make copies of it and sell some of it. Not Gypsy's, I don't think, because she's well known. Everyone in the ritual would have been masked and their appearances you can't see, except the person doing it. That's the point of it. Now they have record of it, and they also have a video to hold over your head. There she is doing it. You want me to send it to the news media? We got you forever. And that's why they do it. Okay. Now, normal people that no one knows, they sell these videos because there are sick fucks out there that will pay thousands and thousands of dollars to watch a real life someone being tortured and screaming, please, please just kill me. Just take me out now. Please, I'm begging you. I can't handle it anymore. Kill me. Just kill me. And screaming and all this. And then they watch him die and all that. And they get off on it and they will pay for it. A lot of money. Very wealthy people, a lot of them get sick in the fucking head. All right. So that's what that's about. David Blanchard would have been responsible for that. Now, anyone that knows anything about David Blanchard are reporting, and you could probably ask Trixie Lane. She knows the most. He is a control nut. He's very overbearing, and he's also like a stickler for the rules. He's involved in a lot of different organizations and things, and he's a know-it-all. Like he knows that's not the way it's supposed to go. This is what the real rule is. No. The guidelines say this, and he knows everything. So that leads me to believe that he did a proper ritual because he had to turn the video in. He's responsible for brokering this shit. Okay? Which means, just like the movies say, guys, the movies are mocking real life. They would have all had the hooded, red or black hooded thing or over their face or a mask on. But they all would have that on. Okay? I know this is crazy. They did her on the kitchen floor. They would have moved the kitchen table out of the way and they would have made a pentagram on the floor. I don't know this to be true because none of this was reported to us. I'm telling you that this is the proper way they should have done it. And I believe they did because David Blanchard had put his face on it and he's a stickler. Okay? That's how I drew that conclusion. But they would have used like coal dust or chalk or something and sprinkled it and made the 5-point pentagram. I don't think they would use something permanent, And then at whatever time they knocked her out, incapacitated her, drugged her, whatever they did, then they would have laid her on that pentagram on the kitchen floor. Then they did the torture ritual. Now, however long that lasted, I don't know. We don't know the times on that. And then it would culminate or end in their sacrificing or taking her life by her slitting her throat. Gypsy slit her throat. I need you to grasp that. She did. She slit her own mother's throat, just that quick. And once that soul left the body, she accomplished her lose something, and now she gained something, and she's in. That's why she was protected right away. That's why they flew in to help her. Okay?
Listen, I don't know if y'all in here to troll about some fucking cats or what, but
they tortured her. They were burning her. They were heating metal up and burning her. They were burning her with cigarettes. I know the FOIAs don't say that, but you guys, I'm going to make another video about the police corruption. They were all in on it. They were ordered to make this. They didn't give us that. They didn't give us the cigarette burns. Why? David and Kim Blanchard smoked cigarettes. Dee Dee smoked cigarettes, and so does Gypsy. The Gypsy, she used to take Dee Dee's cigarettes even since she was a kid. Everyone knows that. The one person that didn't is Nicholas Godejohn. And remember the narrative. He's this evil monster that snapped and killed my mama and then tried to hurt me, but then I had to kill him.
Okay. Number one, I was the first person to lay eyes on the autopsy. First person that got it. There's absolutely nothing in it about a cigarette burn, even though he says they hit it. And her throat was not slit. Nick cut her throat, the back of her neck, not her throat. And he did that because she was wiggling and screaming, and he thought that cutting her neck would make her die faster, but it didn't. He didn't realize that cutting the back of her neck wasn't like slitting her throat. And all he did was inflict more pain. That directly from Nick.
How it was supposed to go, but we'll get to that in due time. Remember, she's going to do a double whammy. But somehow that failed. I don't know. I'll tell you how that was supposed to work as we go. Okay, so they're torturing, doing all these things to her. We don't know any about the burns and all the other shit they did to her, okay? And they're filming this, okay? And they're recording her screaming out things, right? Gypsy, don't hurt me! Gypsy, Gypsy, Gypsy! They recorded this for use later, right? Okay. So they should have been, I don't think the kitchen was big enough to stand 6 feet apart, but they would have been doing the deal, watching Gypsy. They mutilated her genitals with the help of Ace Bannister.
Listen.
She took a fork with forks. That's how low budget and trashy they are. They took forks and her and Ace Bannister mutilated her genitals. All of her mother's vagina, her labia, her clitoris, all of it. Ace Bannister to
They mutilated her genitals.
Genitals. He's said that like many times. That seems to be the way he thinks it's pronounced.
No, it most certainly was not in the autopsy. Yes, with a fork. The fact that he gets so specific about the parts of her vagina.
this day runs around and jokes. He calls her the heifer, Dee Dee, the big heifer. We made her look like raw ground beef down there. He thinks that's funny. A heifer, ground beef. Ha ha. All right. So they tortured her and they filmed it. People get off on that. All right. And I'm going to end this right here, and I'll see you in part 3. Hey guys,
Okay.
Part 3
Nah.
of the sacrifice of Dee Dee Blanchard. It's a shame, guys. Before I start, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. And can we engage in the comments a little bit, man? Get talking and stuff a little bit, just to push them out, man. We got to get this in more eyes. Not for me. I don't care. It's not for me. I'm not going to make any money. I don't care about anything like that. I am just doing this to get this out, that this evil exists. It's everywhere. And what the hell is going on? We have to wake up. We are in a spiritual battle like never before. And that's what we need to do. So whether you want to believe this or not, I feel like I'm doing the Lord's work, exposing this. Okay? Knowledge is power. And until you at least know about something, right? You certainly can't do anything about it. And one of the greatest tricks the devil ever pulled was making people think that he does not exist. And there you have it. That's real, guys. Okay? So I know that I'm doing the Lord's work. I know that. I know that I am being driven to do this. I know there's a supernatural pull on me that makes you want to do this. I know that. Okay? And whether you all want to believe it or not,
Batshit crazy.
if you like, subscribe, and share, I'm not like one of these prosperity people. Pay me some money and the Lord is going to double it back to you because there's a wealth transfer. Yeah, there's a wealth transfer, all right, from the middle class to the upper wealthy elites. But that's another video, too. I'm not asking for anything like that. I'm asking this for the truth and for the Lord. Okay? The more you all do comments and like and subscribe and share, do all the things, the more we can push this out to people to see. Not for me, for the truth, and therefore for our Lord. Okay? Because that helps. Every little bit helps you guys. You know that. I don't want any money. I don't need any money. Every little bit helps, guys. And you can know that you're helping God expose the evil in these end times.
Now, do you see
All right?
why it's dangerous?
All right, let's go. We're going to talk about the ritual specifically and the sacrifice in this one, okay? Okay, so we know the players, right? We already said David's the master of it, giving direction. His wife is filming it. We've got, of course, Gypsy, Ace Bannister, and Dan Gladwell, okay? Now, let me set the scene for you. Like I said, they've all got those black or red robes on them.
I don't know.
Okay. They may have the big, huge hoods that they could have over, because no one's supposed to see anyone's identity, although they know who one another is, but they film it. It's only the person that's the center of it, the focus of it, the one performing it, the one that's gaining something. That would be her. Everyone else has got a mask on, or they just had them that go like this and go down in just big, simple robes. But they would be black or red. Okay. Now, remember, with a Vision Con, that was a big thing. David Blanchard and his wife and all them, they make costumes and shit, elaborate ones and all this shit. It would be nothing for them to even themselves put together these robes. They know where to get the fabric and put them together. I don't know what kind of skills they have with sewing and shit. I don't know. But that wouldn't be a big deal to fashion just a big robe that hangs on you. I mean, shit. There's got to be a pattern in the store for that. You even know how to sew half-ass, you could do that, right? Or they can purchase them somewhere, okay? So they would have been wearing those. You know, you can't just send them some fucking video of just some people hanging out in shorts and tank tops and shit, going, "Hey, wow, let's conjure up the devil." It's not like that, really, guys. Okay, so it's formal. This is a formal thing, guys. They're going to give you a bunch of opportunities to make money, and they're going to hand you money. They're going to do all these things and always give you connections and protect you legally if things come up and all this. Okay, it's a formal, real thing. Okay. Let me not get too far out because I've only got 15 minutes. I got to shut it down, remember? All right. An Ash Blonde 6 somewhere has got to be shit in her pants, man. Because she knows everything. When she's watching this series of videos, she knows everything I'm saying is the truth and is what happened that night. And she's thinking back. Mark my words, believe it. She's thinking back. Oh, my God. He's telling it exactly what happened, man. Holy fuck, I can't believe this. Somewhere Ash Blonde 6 is shit in her pants. Trust. Okay, so we know the players. Nick is the 6th one, the scapegoat, who comes later. I'll explain that. Okay, he's part of the ritual. All right. So they're doing all these torturous things to her for whatever amount of time. They're filming it, and then what comes to the point where right around midnight, or before midnight, or right after midnight, this is where the date discrepancy comes in. Okay, the torture and shit was on the 9th. At midnight, it goes to the 10th, guys. We all know that. And they want to do this right around midnight. And there's other sects of people in groups that like to do it around 3:33 in the morning. We know about the 3s, okay? But that's something else. That's the witching hour. That's something different, okay? I'll make a video on that one day, okay? For this is a Judas sacrifice. Close around midnight. You want around a new beginning, okay? Right before, leading up to it, really right at midnight. All she did was slit her throat. Then they're instantly gone. The soul's traveling away. That's it. Just that, gone. They could have timed it right at midnight. That would be the best way to do it. Just time it right at midnight. And then David would have probably made a big deal about the time being midnight on the video and all this shit. But right around midnight, then after the torturing and all this shit, then she slit her mother's throat from ear to ear. And we know that. We see that.
Oh, my God.
And you guys, with a sharp, sharp knife, you don't even feel that. Once it touches the carotid artery, it's gone, man. You're gone.
What's this shit? You're not gone as soon as it touches it.
So it's really a really humane way to do it. That's why they butcher animals that way. You're supposed to. That's the most humane way to kill someone. I'm not giving you any ideas, but as soon as it touches it, they're gone, man. They don't feel shit. They're gone. Okay? All right, so
they would have see the Ukraine girl who
held her head in such a way as not to make such a huge mess, guys. Because if someone's standing up or you're fighting someone or wherever, or you come out and you just slit their throat, so much blood is going to come out and go everywhere. But the thing with this is you sever the carotid arteries, the pumping thing is going to stop immediately, right? Because so much blood volume is going to be gone so quick that there's not enough pressure. Your whole heart and the whole circulatory system runs on pressure. It's pulsing pressure through there. As soon as you do that, and the volume, the vessels are that big. If they're full, they got high blood pressure. If they lose it, then their blood pressure is so low.
Oh my God.
The blood's not going to spurt anymore, right? Okay, so they'd have her laying in such a way then that when she slit her throat, they would drain the blood into a basin. Okay. Now, all I know is that this was done and that she drank her blood, because we had these people tell us this. A bunch of different people tell us that Ace Bannister was bragging about it, and Dan Glidewell. But let me get back to this, how it goes. She slit the blood, they did in the basin, okay? And then they threw most of it away. They would have flushed it down the toilet or put it down the drain probably. Unless they had it for some other weird purpose that I don't know about. They may have. They may have took it, but just dispose of most of it. But you fill up a goblet. Now, David Blanchard would have obtained this goblet, a special old goblet that's used for this. He would have obtained it and then would have given it back when he gave him the film of it, right? It's an old goblet, probably of pewter or something, this softer like silver metal, and around it's encrusted with precious metals like like jade and garnets and rubies and shit. Okay, this is for real, and it's old, and it's for this. They would have put blood in that. They got to pass it around and drink it in the line formation. It's all filmed. Gypsy has to start. The reason we know this is because Ace and Dan joke about it and think it's funny that Gypsy had to plug her nose and was gagging and crying and all this, trying to swallow down her mom's blood, which, holy shit, you know. I'd be gagging and freaking out too. Now, you guys, they're not drinking a whole bunch of blood like vampires, okay? They're not just gaggling, guggling. They all just take a sip. It's symbolic. She just has to go first because it's her sacrifice. Out of that goblet, they drink it, and then they all pass around. They drink a little bit is all, and it's gone. Okay, that's it. It's symbolic, but it's part of it, and it needs to be in the film. Okay, the rest of the blood they would have got rid of, which means, you know, down the drains. These police, of course, they didn't do anything they should have done. They missed everything, and I'll tell you about it in another video. All of it. They should have illuminated that whole house. They would have saw blood all over the kitchen, all over the house, all over everywhere, and they should have taken the pipes out of all the any of the bathrooms, the kitchen. They should have took the sinks, the pipes. They should have took her whole fucking bed. They knew that body was moved in a sheet. They knew that. They took her in a sheet and picked her up and moved her ass. They knew that by a number of things. They knew a body was fucking moved. They should have took that whole mattress. They should have ripped up the carpet. There was blood everywhere. If they would have done aluminum, they should have ripped up that vinyl or it was either vinyl or linoleum floor in the kitchen. They would have ripped that up and taken that lab, the carpet. They would have done the whole fucking thing. There was blood all over the fucking place, man.
That's exactly
that I could see.
That's exactly.
If they would have illuminated it and turned the dark light on, oh,
what I've been
fuck,
screaming.
that place looks. So
this man is not a physical.
The police didn't do anything they're supposed to do. The goal was put the onus off of her onto him. He's a maniac. Let's get up plea agreements and just sweep this under the rug. They never dreamed he'd take it to trial and get this shit over with. Okay, that was the deal. Of course, of all, she wasn't supposed to be caught in her sacrifice. No one ever does that. But anyway, let me get back to this. They drain the blood, they drink it, all that. Then Dan, David, and Ace put her in a sheet and they move her back to the bed. Now, they had to put those fabric softener sheets down. They didn't do that while she was still up walking around. At one point when she was incapacitated, they did that. Okay? And then they moved her on top of it. They moved her there. Remember about the middle of this, she texts Nick Godejohn around 11 o'clock at night. She says, I have to finish up my deal first before he comes over, right? This is the deal. Literally her deal. That literally is what she was talking about. People say, oh, she was off fucking Dan. That is not what that was. This is what it was. Dan was there. This deal. Okay? There's the text. And then Nicholas comes on the 10th. That's the confusion. Okay? She was probably actually killed right at the end of the ninth or right at the beginning of the 10th or whatever. So Nicholas Godejohn comes later. But anyway, all right. So I told you that they recorded everything. We've told you that. Okay. I told you about the blood drinking, all that shit. And it's all on film, guys. All right. So then now they got to prep to get ready for Nick. They have to fool Nick. Okay. This is the deal. They have to fool Nick. So they clean up as much as they can. They got her in this room, darkly, you know, it's dark in there. Okay. They have this recording, but I'm going to get that.
Do y'all really think that I can't figure out whose alts or what? Crafton, I swear these people.
They're fun, though. I
Isn't
guess.
It? I mean, they act like this is our first rodeo.
They're like, when are you going to get to the Bree stuff? Say some stuff about Bree. Why are we watching this shit?
I don't give a fuck about Bree. She's probably asleep snoring still. Crafton, she was live for 9 fucking hours and was snoring during her live.
Man. Damn, that's like what's her name? That used to fall asleep on her live and start snoring, and then her cat, you could hear her cat trying to wake her up.
Oh my God, Dorothy.
Dorothy, yeah.
There's been a lot of people over here who fall asleep. It was really reminding me. It was so BJ-ish.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
and BJ. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Into the next video because we're running out of time.
Companion.
Okay, but they totally tricked Nick, and they told Nick. She told Nick after he come out of the room from with Dee Dee, and I believe this is the one lie that he told to try to cover Gypsy. Gypsy went in there and helped him, I believe. I don't know this for sure, but I believe she had to help him. That dude couldn't hurt a flea. You ask anyone that's ever known him, that dude cannot hurt a flea. Ask him in prison now. They'll tell you that too, I bet. That dude wouldn't hurt a flea. I believe she went in there and had to help him. But this is what happened when he came out. She's all naked and ready to go screw him and all that, right? Just like a Jezebel. Use sex right away, right? Get their mind off of everything. Let's just use sex like a fucking Jezebel whore that she is. All right. Okay. You know what? I have to stop here. So this is the end of part 3, and I'm going to work on part 4. See you in the next one. All right, guys. Well, I guess this is part 4.
How would I explain Fancy to someone that doesn't know who she is?
Nice person. As long as just does her thing.
Captain, shut up. Yeah. Fuck.
She's texting me right now.
Telling you what to say?
Yeah.
Fancy, that's not her name. Her name's not Francesca. Her name is April. Is a charlatan who portrayed herself as a up-and-coming producer to Christy Blanchard and Gypsy in order to buy Gypsy's life rights that she couldn't afford to buy. Lied to them the whole time. Said that she was writing a script which my 3-year-old granddaughter could have written about like the book she writes. Horrific. Then I questioned her name because it sounded stupid, so I looked her up and found out that she was April Johns and showed her mugshots because she's been arrested several times. She's the size of a hobbit, Faber's 1-2. The YouTube beavers have chewed patches of her hair off. She has some type of psychosis, several actually, I'm fairly certain. And she believes that she actually owns Gypsy Rose Blanchard's case and that she is the end-all be-all of all information about it. I honestly believe that she thinks she was there when it happened. She has gone from supporting Gypsy to supporting Nick, back and forth, to supporting Dee Dee. Gypsy's this. Dee Dee's been drained of blood. Nick's this. She hates people with autism. Nick needs to be killed. Don't ever let him out of prison. So now she's autistic. Fraud, welfare fraud, theft. And currently, she is living at the bottom of despair because nothing has ever bore fruit that she has tried to do. She's literally been a jackass of all trades, or attempted to be. Her resume lists roller skating, horseback riding, cheerleading, and sewing as special skills, among other things.
She's feeling a little bit gypsy. She's a damn fine country and western singer.
She's feeling a little bit, and she claims that she is an actress. She was a bit actress in a Taylor Swift video. You could see the back of her head in a cubicle. And then she claims that she was in
walked through the hall in
episodes.
Boy Meets World too.
Yep, she was in multiple episodes of Boy Meets World as an extra. She went out to California to try to sell the script that was called By Proxy, and got an STD while she was there because she slept with an ex-boyfriend, came home with it, and literally was on the phone with her mods while she scratched her cooter with a hairbrush. Then told them that she was masturbating because it felt better to the yeast infection or STD that she got, and for them to stop calling until she finished. She also did not do any type of personal care and had stray hairs hanging out of her face everywhere. Whiskers, if you will. And so I got a maxi pad, colored it green with a marker, stuck it to my head, and then glued all eyelashes to my face to mimic the pattern of her facial hair. She really doesn't like me. She is the original stalker of me and has stalked me anywhere and everywhere that I have done a case since I left the Gypsy Rose case because she can't quit me. Who is the guy talking? Which guy? The guy on the screen or the guy behind the screen that keeps talking with me?
Yeah. Which one?
Yeah, I'm a Clover. Yes, I'm serious. Everything I just said is a fact. That is Crafton. Hold on, let me find the picture. He's AI. I know I just showed this damn picture somewhere. Oh, how do I really feel about Fancy? She's batshit fucking crazy. I call her Uncle Fester, F-bag, fuckwit, dumbass. You name it. She's also about 4 feet tall. Her and this man would be an actual great couple. 2 Jiminy Crickets. She's as round as she is tall. She's balding. And we're the same age. Did I mention that? The exact same age. Well, not exactly. She turned 50 in January. I will be 50
she tried
in
to
December.
sick the FBI on Natasha.
She's tried to stick everybody and their uncle's brother's cousin on me. She called the police here and told them that she was a movie producer and I was trying to stop her production of her movie. I'm not sure where the production was. Well, her pony has 12 hairs. They probably came from her chin. Then she told everybody that I was making fun of her PCOS that I didn't even know she had. I just said that she didn't take care of herself and needed to do some personal grooming. If you're going to show yourself on camera with whiskers, then I'm going to fucking call it out. Shave your beard, lady. Shave your beard. And for years, she has told people that I've stalked her. I forgot she existed, even though she has followed me everywhere I go. I'm trying to find this damn picture. I know I put it on here somewhere. Now, where is it? I'm looking. Ooh.
Which picture are you looking for?
The one with the maxi pad on my head. I'll find it. Let me finish playing this nut job while I look.
The Sacrifice of Dee Dee Blanchard. All right, guys. First, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's please get this around. Right, not for me, but for the truth. All right. little more light housekeeping. There are sprinklings, and I'm getting these videos, and I'm getting people saying these things in comments quite a lot. They're being placed in my comments strategically, and in my opinion,
Illuminati,
and they're saying this: Aurora has microdeletion, and that is why Gypsy has hidden her from the public and doesn't even talk about her, because she's got some pretty bad things going with it. Okay, it's in my comments everywhere for some reason. It's just sprung up. No one said that before, because what is she going to say? They tested her. She came out big dramatic thing. Oh, Ken and I are happy to report that our lovely Aurora does not have the microdeletion. And didn't she even show us the report? Okay, they don't make mistakes on that, guys. That's saying that there is a gene or two missing on the first chromosomal plate on those two sets on one string of it. And then since mitotic division copies it exactly over and over and over, that means every cell in her fucking body has that one little thing missing. Get it? Micro means like real small. Deletion, it's deleted. It's not there. Okay?
Oh, that's
and
what deletion.
It's very, very, very extremely rare, first of all.
To delete something?
And she already told us the baby doesn't have it. So that's not going to work. Don't go for it.
Because it was deleted.
And don't go for it if she starts crying and goes, I know I lied and told you first that she didn't have it when she really did have it because I was embarrassed and ashamed.
Yeah, Viking, he forgets
and
that
she's
he
already
says the baby is completely fake.
At a disadvantage being my daughter. Okay, we'll have to rehash that too. You already know. So don't let her do it.
The deletion?
Don't let the motherfucker do it. All right, let's talk about Ken. I'm Ken, not Ken. Nick.
You're Ken.
Freudian slip.
Yeah.
All right. The men of Gypsy Rose. All right. Let's talk about Nick's role in all this. Okay. I told you he's a scapegoat. Also in the ritual. Okay. Nick arrives, I guess, around 2 because it was 1:29. He's telling him, he's supposed to be on the way. All right. Now, they've cleaned up as much as they can. They got her in there. They got it dimly lit. Remember, they made a recording of her when they were doing this. And this is very important. This comes into play. Now, you guys are going to have to remember what occurred at those police interviews / interrogations, whatever, because number one, I only got 15 minutes, remember? And number two, I don't do all that fancy editing and all that crazy shit. I just open the camera and talk to you and then post it. Okay. Whatever happens. Or I would edit in the small excerpts of the interrogation saying it, and then I would come back and do the commentary and all that shit, like Nina and all those people that are good at this shit, Toddy and all them, ones that are Becca Scoops, the ones that are good at this type of shit. God, if I had one of them here to help me, oh my God,
that's who he watches.
It'd be glorious. But I could learn it, but I'm not going to sit down and do all that shit. Or I would, but any of you that are invested in this case have seen the police interviews. If not, listen, Plaucina the Beauty Influence. That's where I go when I want to reference. I just go right to her because she's got one on there. It's kind of far back, I think, but where it's both of them right in a row. You ain't got to go nowhere else, just right there. I don't even think she's doing any commentary in it, if I recall. I think she just plays them back to back. All right, well, we're going to reference Nick's a lot, okay? Now, remember, Gypsy's immediately goes in there trying to throw him under the bus, right? Nick immediately is trying his best to save her ass and is willing to take the fall all on his own in order to save her because he loves her, right? Okay. All right. Nick finally gets there, okay? Now, she's supposed to, listen to me. David Blanchard, again, was the one leading this. Everything's symbolic. Everything is going to be filmed, remember? Obviously, she carved that thing on her mother's back because then she got a trophy tattoo of the same thing. Obviously, I mean, I don't know this part. I'm opining. There was a picture or something there for reference that she did, and she was told to carve that on there and put exactly 13 stab wounds in her, right? 13 is very significant and symbolic with bad luck and all this shit. You guys know that. Friday the 13th. And there's all kinds of things with that, but I can't go into it. I don't have time.
Yeah, but it was 14.
4. Then this is why I think Gypsy went in the room with him and he's lying to try to cover her. Because then she was told to make sure that he puts in 4 wounds because that's very fucking symbolic with sacrifice and with evil and all this shit. Okay. And then what's even more significant, you know, these people with their number, signs, and symbols is 13 plus 4 is fucking 17. 17 in the Latin, in Italy and Latin countries is unlucky and associated with evil. They don't have Friday the 13th in Italy. They have Friday the 17th in fucking Italy. Okay. In ancient Hebrew, 17 is associated with sin. Osiris. You guys know anything about Osiris? We can't go down that. I don't have time. Look it up. That's the heart of everything at the top of Freemasons. That's one of their false gods they're into. Osiris. They associate 17 with him because, and he's as evil as they come, because they say he died on the 17th of the fucking month. There's more with the 17. I just can't think of them right now. There's more. Go look that shit up. All right. So that's why there was 13 she was told to do there and I guarantee you there was something laid out that she was copying. It was a torture ritual. They took time doing this, guys. Carving on her. Imagine. They may have had her drugged or something, though. I don't know that detail.
No, they didn't do any of this stuff.
None of us have.
None of this shit he says did they do. And yes, I see the tics. The way he pops his eyes, the way he does his head. In his most recent video that I played last night, you can really see the tics. Like his head, it's almost like his head's coming off his neck. Now, I'm going to stop this because y'all have gotten the gist of what he says about DD. I want y'all to see the stuff he said today because he is on Ryan now. And Ryan's little Smokey. And I've died, just so y'all know about that.
Man, I love little Smokies, though. Those are fun.
Apparently, he does too. Now, here we go. Get ready.
Well, good morning, TikTok, and maybe YouTube. We'll see. How y'all doing? Well. You know, I just need to address this. Before we begin, I hate to be crass and perhaps a bit of an ass, but the truth is truth, and it is what it is. Now they've got Ryan, Fuckboy Delight, Ryan, Simp of the Year, Fuckboy Delight, on these lives lying for Gypsy. Ashley's Ash Blonde 6 in the comments, dogging the shit out of him. He's still, oh yeah, the divorce papers. Yeah, there was DNA. There was paternity. He's lying. No paternity tests were done because there was no baby. There was no baby to supply a fucking sample to match it up against anybody. They're lying, and there's no orders for it. But this is what I want to do. I want to talk about Ryan. The only reason he's up there lying for her like that is because he is so despicable and so disgusting. This is what's in the back of his head. I know why. I know how creeps like that think and how they act, okay, and behave. I know how they think. This is what he thinks. Maybe, just maybe, if I keep supporting her and I keep defending her and I keep making stupid compliments like she's the most beautiful girl in the world, just being honest. What a creep, man. Okay. He thinks if I continue to just lick her ass in public forums forever, maybe, just maybe one day again, I'll get a shot. Again, I hate to be crass and a bit of an ass. Maybe just one day I'll get a shot of pussy without having to pay for it, trick a motherfucker, get a motherfucker drunk or drug them. Okay? All right? That's what Chomo Delight is thinking. That's how he thinks. Okay? Because, you know, that's the only reason this sick fuck wrote her in prison, decided to marry her and spend all this money and do all that. The only reason he did that is because his fat, disgusting, sorry Chomo ass thought to himself, well, if I can just marry her, I'll get someone in the lowest level, they're in prison and trying to get out, and I'll marry him and take advantage of the fact that they need to get out. And I'll do that because if I can just get a wife, if I can just throw a net over a wife, or if I can just trick one to marry me, then I've got a constant flow of pussy forever. Doesn't matter how much I just let myself go and not take care of myself. That's how these type of guys think, man. They're all in it for themselves. These two pump, chomp, little dick energy motherfuckers. That's all she surrounds herself with because her dad's a weak man. See? So he's thinking, oh, if I can just give me a wife, Doesn't matter how fat I get. Doesn't matter how stinky I get. Doesn't matter how I just let myself go. It doesn't matter. Because once I got a wife, she has to submit to me. She married me. Doesn't matter how far I go. Doesn't matter she's got to fuck me because she's my wife. That is how sick motherfuckers like that think. Okay? And that is the only reason he's on there lying for her. There was a paternity test. That's all fake. That was televised by Lifetime. Okay? There is no paternity test anywhere. There's no order form. And I'm sorry. Number one, pay attention. The bitch in open court said, I'm not pregnant on the day of finalization. So now, what are we supposed to do with that? She just lied to a judge in open court? I don't know if she was under oath or not, but that doesn't matter. You still shouldn't be lying to a fucking judge, whether you're sworn in or not.
Chris, you got to keep it down. The other patients
so
are
then
sleeping.
What? Okay, then her minions are going to say, oh, well, you know what? She lied. She actually had the baby, before that. Okay, well, if that's the case, then let's talk about it. So let's say then the court date was December 9th. So, okay, let's say she had the baby December 3rd or 2nd, right? Let's just, for the sake of argument, because that's going to be their lie. What else can they say? Gypsy said, I'm not pregnant on the day of the finalization of the divorce. She said, I'm not. So the only thing they can say is, well, she actually had the baby a little bit early. Okay, that baby was due, but I'm paying attention to everything, guys. That baby was due January 26th originally, okay? So so let's say it was born December 4th or 5th or something. So you mean to tell me this baby was born at 32 weeks gestation, a preemie, big time a preemie. If it's 35 weeks or left, it's a preemie. That's a preemie for sure, and probably would have weighed 2 pounds and some change, maybe a little more. And wouldn't have gone home right away. It'd have been in NICU for a while. But we're supposed to believe that then. You can't have it both ways, motherfuckers. She can't sit in court and say, I'm not pregnant. Finalize my divorce, please. All right? You can't say that. But so we can say she had it early. Well, you can't do that because then it would have been a preemie. And then they told us she weighed 6.5 pounds. Why would you lie about the birth weight of your baby? See, so here I got her to catch, it's worse than a catch-22. I don't know what the fuck you even call it. But I got her all these different ways. Either she lied in court, which we know that's not what happened, or they're going to lie and say she had it a couple of days early, which we know that can't be true because it would have been fucking 32 weeks. And there's no way a 32-week gestation baby weighed 6 pounds. So they're lying about that too. So there you go. There you go. Good morning, everybody. See you in the next video.
Yeah, Chris, you need to cut it off. Thanks, buddy.
Somebody thought it was really somebody at the
I swear. I don't know. I was trying to time it right to where you cut it off. Chris, it's time to eat, buddy. The doctor will see you now.
Oh my God. He needs more than a doctor.
It's time for your shock treatments.
Good morning, everybody. I have a little doctor's appointment today, so I'm going to do a walk and talk on the way, right? Okay. Well, this is to Ryan Anderson. I'm directing this directly. This is directed to Ryan personally. Okay. So this is what I'm asking you guys to do. My loyal followers, my loyal cult members, do that thing where you guys, I guess it's called tagging or whatever, where you guys always do it to me, where it's a video you think I might want to see. So then it shows up in my thing that says you were mentioned in a comment or whatever. Please, a bunch of you tag Ryan Anderson in this video. All right. I need him to see this.
No, we're not going to.
All right. Ryan, this is directly to you, bro. Okay, listen. You could be the hero in all this. Instead of trying to be a hero for that zero Gypsy Rose, that's what you're trying to do. It's like you're the knight in shining armor trying to be for this bitch. Holding on to maybe. Listen, dude, I'm sorry, man, but she never liked you, dude. She got out of prison. The minute she got out of prison, Ryan, she was just trying to get away from you. She was just trying to get away so she didn't have to fuck you. She told everyone you're a food hoarder. She told everyone that sleeping next to you is like a big furnace. She told everyone your dick is like a little smoky and that you can't please her. She said she never had an orgasm. To the whole world. She announced in life to the whole world that she's never had an orgasm.
A broken clock.
Why would she do that?
Twice. That's funny shit.
Even if it's
a little smoky.
I'm sure it's untrue, but why would she do that to you? She only did that to embarrass and hurt you, dude. I hope you know that. That's what that was for.
Fired.
Okay? in this little smoky business she's talking about. All right. So what you need to do, dude, is you need to be the hero now. And you need to be the one to come out and tell us all the truth that she never had a baby. Because, bro, listen to me and listen to me good. I don't care what they're saying with their little games with these fake non-invasive tests and all this shit, which by the way, guys, the non-invasives are not used for legal. You cannot legally establish paternity with that. Now I'm going to have a bunch of idiots that come in my comments and say, oh, you can't. No, you can't. That's for personal use only. All right. If some woman was dating a couple guys and she turns up pregnant, she's not sure which one, they can do it by themselves. Okay. And then find out who it is. And then if you can't work out child support or whatever amongst you, then she can then take you to court. And then guess what, guys? Even though you have the paper that says it, 99.9, whatever, the judge is still going to order one from the lab that they want with the forensic certification that follows a strict chain of custody protocol. And Ryan, Louisiana law dictates no matter what, the husband is the presumed father. I mean, shame on them for assuming that, if you turn up knocked up in a marriage that, the husband's the fucking father. Used to be a long time ago, you could count on the fact that, hey, if your old lady turned up pregnant, you were the dad. Not now. But Ryan, you would have had to have been tested first, no matter what. And you weren't. And you're lying.
Ever heard of the 60s?
Okay. And I need you to come clean. All right, Ryan? Because if not, I'm going to keep this up and I'm going to look into see what I can find out. Okay. Because there's something creepy and weird about you. All right. And you have this air of arrogance about you that you think you're hot. You do. You think you're good looking and sexy. And you think these women tune into you to see you. No, they're tuning into the train wreck, the car crash, and hoping that you're going to say something negative about her for once.
This is a funny
But you're a pussy. Okay. But Ryan, we could end up being friends and this could be a good thing. And you could be the hero here. And talk about if you're looking for social media presence and all that, you blow up like all hell. If you came and just told the truth for once.
It's time to recharge your ankle monitor.
You're protecting this lying bitch.
Come on inside, buddy.
Okay, Ryan. And this, listen, bro.
Your ankle monitor's going off. Yeah, your ankle brace is beeping.
You couldn't on your own get laid in a women's prison with one hand a fistful of pardons and the other hand a life supply of ramen noodles.
We told you stop looking at your phone while you're walking.
So she's not into you. She was never into you. Dude, she just tricked you to marry her so she could get out. Why don't you see this? It's so embarrassing, man.
That's embarrassing.
Your parents must be embarrassed. If you've got siblings, they must all be so embarrassed by you. So please, man. Correct this shit. And I don't want to hear about the NDAs. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. When they're perpetuating a grand fraud and Lifetime say, hey, sign these papers that you won't tell the truth, that are supposedly reality TV show, we lied and faked and made up a whole pregnancy. Okay, dude, that NDA is not going to stick, okay? They're not going to be able to sue you when they're perpetuating this grand fraud. So don't behind that pussy shit, because I know you signed one. Okay, I know you signed one, and Ivory Grows Wild, Loud, whatever the fuck. Brie, all of them signed one. I know that. I know that. Okay, so I need you to come clean though, Ryan, because again, she was never into you. None of them. She was not. She just used you, and she's laughing at you now. Okay, all right. So you can contact me, Ryan, at karma_collector2 at proton.me. Or you can just come out and make a video and tell the truth, okay? Because if not, Ryan, I don't know what your future holds or what you've got planned or what have you. And right now, I understand you're probably on the payroll, and I don't know if you've joined that big club too, and you're all in there that now too, which means then you won't have to ever work again, and that's fine too. But if you ever decide that you want to teach again, okay, this is going to come to light here before long. And it will probably be sooner than most of you know.
Because of the devil.
But you are helping perpetuate a grand fraud, sir. And that is, whether you get convicted of something or not, matters not. That is a crime of dishonesty. Okay? And they will never let you teach. If they find out that you are helping perpetuate a grand fraud of faking a baby and lying to everybody in the whole world and on TV shows and everything, They will never let you work as a teacher again. Okay. And I will see to it. I will personally follow your name for the rest of your fucking life or until I drop dead first. And if you ever go try to teach somewhere, we're going to make sure that they know the grand fraud you are perpetuating. So please contact me or just make some videos or just come out and do a live and let them know the truth. Gypsy Rose Blanchard never gave birth. You fucking know it. All right? You know it. So you need to just put that little smoky away and do the right thing. Thank you. And people, please, my little followers, my wonderful, beautiful followers, please tag him in this so he sees it.
His wonderful, beautiful followers. His jokes are something.
He can't decide if he's in love with Ryan or he is going to just stalk him out of anger.
A little smoky. This is almost the last one.
Hey, TikTok and YouTube. Listen.
Y'all, he looked horrible.
This is going to be directly to Gypsy. All right.
Walk.
And if we're over on TikTok here, will you guys, some of you tag Gypsy in this so she can see this, please? You guys, if I put this over on YouTube, which I probably will, I'm not asking you guys to tag her, okay? I didn't specify in the last one with Ryan and what you were trying to tag and stuff on YouTube, and I know you can't. I don't know how that would even work, but I meant that for TikTok only. I should have specified it. I'm sorry. So please let Gypsy hear this because I need Gypsy, man. This is to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Listen, I know I've been like one of your arch enemy or whatever. I'm just pointing out the truth about you, man, and you know it. It's nothing personal. But what I say about what you did to your mother is exactly what I said, and you blamed it on Nick. And you have no baby, and you know that. It's exactly what I said. This is nothing personal. I wouldn't lie about you, okay? And in fact, I don't approve of the things you've done. I'm upset about it. You should be remorseful. You should show some kind of fucking, I don't know, but, you still are, a fellow person, and I just need to tell you something. I want you to just think about this and pay attention. The people you have around you are not helping you, man. Not at all. They're giving you horrible, horrible advice. Think about it, Gypsy. Are your things improving with all this advice from them? Are they staying about the same? Or are they getting worse? I'm going to argue they're getting worse. Okay? As evidenced by how your Ash Blonde 6, you are a frantic mess, having to hop all over the place on all these different people's things, trying to do damage control, trying to control the narrative. That shit must be tiring. They're not giving you good help. They're not. It's almost like they're punking you or setting you up. It's almost like that, or some kind of weird joke. Because let me just give you a few examples. When it comes to me even, okay? That first parody video that you made of me, right? You're a 33-year-old woman who's trying to give this persona of you're this good for little mommy, and that you even said this is your hot girl era, that you're this hot, young, you want to be sexy and all this, the guys that want you. Even this one lesbian woman was talking about, I know Gypsy killed her mother and she nasty as hell and all this shit, but boy, does she look good. And you liked that. You know what I mean? So we know you crave the adoration and all this shit. That's what you want. So what I'm saying is they what they did is thinking it would be funny, they manipulated you, a 33-year-old woman trying to uphold this other image, into taking your teeth out and sending the video out to potentially
visitation time has started in the rec room.
Right? Thinking it was going to shame or do something. To me, I'm a nearly 60-year-old man. I'll be 60 in the spring. And if you ask any other 60-year-old man, if they had false teeth, they wouldn't give two shits if you were making fun of them about it. Do you think I would have my teeth out if it bothered me that bad? No, guys, this is part of the whole shtick, man. There's a reason for it. There's a method for my madness, and you'll know all the reasons for everything in due time. Okay? It's too simple. But anyway,
like a punk rocker.
So Gypsy, when it comes to me, they punked you because it didn't affect me, and they knew that. And they also knew another thing. When you did the parody video, they knew ahead. They know how to think ahead. They are not stupid. They know, they thought ahead. Look, this guy's barely known. When she makes a whole ass parody video, someone that's got a lot of followers, pointing out this wacko thing that he's talking about, Area 51, she's taking her teeth out, got all this hair all over. Of course they're going to go look and see who I am.
Oh, that was supposed to be
Do you know how many followers and subscribers and shit I gained over that? And people saying, damn, I'm glad I found you. Or, damn, she's the one, wacko, you're the one that's right. Do you know, I can't even count. And those people were able to forecast that, Gypsy. They knew that was going to occur. That didn't just happen. So think about who told you to do that. I also want you to think about this.
Dr. Breezy, your fruit cups are in the visitation center.
I want you to think about this one too. Damn, what was it? The same thing with that video.
Chris,
they punked you,
Dr. Breezy,
and they gave me a bunch of followers. Okay? That was some shitty advice. Whoever's allowing you or telling you or egging you on to go over to my comments day after day on YouTube as an alter ego of Ash Blonde 6 so you can be anonymous or whatever and try to handle me or try to counter what I'm saying to everybody else, whoever's telling you that's a good idea or even allowing you to do that is not helping you at all because it makes you look ridiculous. We all know it's you, Gypsy. And the things you're saying are incriminating you in big ways. And I've got like 3 new instances that I'm going to point out in future videos.
Hey, Bubs.
One of them's inescapable that you don't have a baby, that you didn't give birth. Inescapable.
Chris, your probation.
Okay, so where were we?
At the front office.
They are not helping you, any of them, with these decisions they're making, telling you what to do. When they tell you, go do this, go make this move, go out there and tell them you're on Wellbutrin, and then turn around and just go out there and start talking about M&Ms and make it up as you go along and say it culminated in her hand was all green, Aurora. Whoever told you to do that is setting you up for failure. Whoever's telling you to do all this stupid shit is punking you and is trying to expose you or set you up or whatever. I'm telling you, Gypsy, I know what I'm talking about. I'm also telling you this about Lifetime. It's not going to be too long. The momentum is growing. There's traction behind it. There's more and more people that are piecing together that this doesn't make sense. She really doesn't have a baby. She won't even bring the baby out now. After all this, no bag. Just show us a baby book, a vaccination record. Nothing personal. Nothing. We got nothing. We got nothing. And no parents do that. I don't care how famous they are. The fucking Queen of England and any of those royals over there, when they have babies, we see them right away. All the famous actors and actresses show us, man. Not Gypsy. Because she's so solid. She's so solid in her commitment to her child because she's such a great mother. Kiss my ass, Gypsy Rose. So anyway, Gypsy, you should, listen to me. Because guess what, Gypsy? You know in your heart of hearts, think about this. You know, I'm not asking you to admit it. You know I'm right about everything I said about what happened the night with your mother and how you sacrificed her. You know I'm right about that. You don't have to admit it. You know I'm right about that. And you know what I'm saying about the baby? Not being in you never had a baby. You know I'm right about that. And you also know I'm right about how you and your mother were holding children in your home. Why people would drop them off and then pick them up and you guys just babysat and took care of them. Didn't hurt them, didn't do anything like that. And you know you did that. You know you did all those things. You know that. So if I'm right about that, Gypsy.
So they were in a babysitting trafficking
if I'm right about all this situation? Shit.
Apparently.
You don't think I'm right when I'm telling you that the shit is about to go down and everyone's going to turn on you and everyone now is starting to one by one realize, man, something's not right with this. And then that's going to turn into, you know what, she didn't have a baby because they're going to see more and more and all this evidence. What's going to happen is Lifetime is not going to, no. They're going to first come out and they're going to say this. I already know their plan, Gypsy.
Off to the right.
I know what their plan is.
Something.
And the people behind it.
What is it? I wonder.
Are entertainment attorneys.
Oh, it's his baby.
And I've known and met attorneys of all different branches of all ilks, the whole thing. And they are the bottom dwellers of all bottom dwellers, greediest, the most despicable, do anything for a dollar motherfuckers there are.
I think he's
entertainment
looking out at
attorneys.
cars, like waiting for
and
somebody
they're
to
what's behind this.
pull up.
Okay. And what they're going to do
he may ride
before they're going to come out and they're going to say, oh, first of all, Life After Lockup, don't get it twisted, was a reality-based show based loosely on the life of Gypsy Rose Blanchard after she got out of prison, out of lockup. Okay? Then they're going to say this. Gypsy Rose lost her baby and she couldn't deal with it. So we even Lifetime sent her to a place called Rebirth, like R-E reference, Rebirth, right? It's a place to counsel for, guess what? Couples that have lost their babies. Look it up. And those two were saying they were going to couples counseling when they hadn't been together but a couple months. Who needs couples counseling after a couple months? What kind of bullshit is that? They were going to that. And they bought her a reborn doll to cope with it. That's what they're going to say, Lifetime. Whether that's true or not, I know, I'm not certain. That's what they're going to say. And that she just took it too far.
Completely lucid.
She couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle the fact that she really lost the baby. So we were just following her in her life. We just follow her around and make the show whatever her life does is what it comes to. Who are we to interrupt her delusion? It's all your fault, Gypsy. You're the wacko. And you're the one that's lying and made it all up. It's all on you, Gypsy. When you know that's not true, Gypsy. You need to get ahead of this, and I'll help you, Gypsy. I'm the only one that's ever going to give you any good advice. The rest of these people are fucking you. Friends like this, you already know the rest. This is what they're going to do. They're going to turn around on you. They're going to make you look like a total fucking nutjob idiot. They're going to look, okay, you're going to be left holding the bag. And then if you run your mouth after the fact, after they say it first, then they're going to threaten to sue you with all the money that they have, and they will cripple you financially.
I'm telling y'all, this dude.
And ruin you. That's what will happen. Okay? But if you go first and get ahead of them and explain what really happened, the truth is, the end of March, very beginning of April, you went to go get your pre-op lab work.
Listen to this shit.
So you get your rhinoplasty done. And in that you had on the 4th or 5th of April, I got to check to make sure. But just a couple of days before, you went to get your pre-op lab work, and it said that you were pregnant. So, HCG quantitative says that you were however far along you were, and the sonogram says no, you're not, and the baby the embryo wasn't growing and thriving, wasn't alive, I guess, didn't have a heartbeat, whatever the case, and they did a DNC, a dilatation and curettage, and you know that's true, Gypsy. And then what did Evil Lifetime do? They said, well, we already no, there's nothing better for a TV show than a birth story. So the show must go on. We're going to have the baby. But we'll send you there for counseling. We'll get you this reborn doll, and that's what we'll use too. Right? So which way did it, So, Gypsy, you need to come out and get ahead of it before they do it the other way. You tell the truth that, they had you do this. And the show must go on. Instead of them turning around and say, oh, no, we were just helping her, and then she fucking lost it, and we just went along because that's her life. We're just following her life based on her life. Well, that's what her life was. She went wacko. Who are we to judge or intervene? We're not professionals like that. We make television shows. Contact me, Gypsy. Karma_collector2@proton.me. I swear, I promise on anything. Anything, I promise on anything. I will never, ever
every lie.
Tell anyone that I won't even tell that you emailed me. I promise. What would I look like coming on here and doing that, Gypsy? Everyone would think I was a piece of shit. All right? Contact me. And everyone else, guys, please, on TikTok, will you please tag her? Tag her. I need to get her attention, please. I need her to see this. Although, it doesn't matter. You know what? If I just tag her, a couple of you guys, please. If I do it on YouTube, she's going to see it anyway. As Ashbond6. Okay. See you guys in the next video. I love you guys.
Ashbond.
And I care about what happens to you.
Yeah, that was a new sentiment. He cares about what happens to them.
He cares about us. We should send him money.
is from today. Get ready. Now he looks like a priest.
Good morning, YouTube. How y'all doing? All right. Well, now I'm losing my voice too on top of it. So we'll see how it goes. I guess it's scratchy and sometimes you'll see. I'm sure you'll hear it in this video where I'll screech or something will happen. You'll see. Last time this happened, I was like this. I woke up the next morning. You know the deal. So we'll see what happens. All right. This is what I want to talk about, you guys. The very last video that I made, directed to Gypsy.
Yeah. No, that's about.
I should have stressed it, and the point of that was more so of exposing Lifetime. I want Lifetime to answer for this shit. And if she can get out and get ahead of it, you know what I mean? And also, I'm letting her know, these people are fucking her, just so she knows, because she's too dumb to figure anything out ever. Just giving her, just helping her out there, that those people aren't doing her a favor. That's true. So, yeah, that was, I guess. But this main thing is, no, I want Lifetime to answer for this, man. Because they are shady as hell. They are despicable, okay? They are despicable. And they will do anything for money. Anything to cause a thing to get people to tune in again, so their advertised dollars keep rolling in. That's all this is, man. Okay? And let's talk about a few despicable things they've done just in her show. Just in her show. Not to mention the myriad other crazy type shows they exploit little people. They're despicable. Of course, they're part owned by the Disney Corporation and the Hearst Corporation. If you don't know about the Hearst Corporation, well, that was with Patty Hearst. If you don't know about her, look into that. Her father. Guess what? Wealthy elites in the club. All right. And Disney. I guess we already know about Disney. We don't need to talk about that. So Lifetime's basically owned by the devil himself. But that's a whole nother video. All right. Let's talk about this. Okay. I already touched on this. First of all, Lifetime or any of them, when they do these reality shows, again, I hate to keep reiterating it though, but they follow these people, the subject of the show, around for hours and hours, videoing everything. Just like if you guys ever watched the show Project Runway or America's Next Top Model, even those type of reality shows, right? We're part of that
Most
scripted
people
too.
know what reality shows
They
are.
follow those, like the designers of the models or whatever the case is. They follow them around all the time. These cameras are around them like all the time, except for when they're like sleeping. For real.
What is on
and
his
then
neck?
they cut it out. They just cut out. And we only get the show's only on an hour or a week or whatever. You understand? They cut down just what they want for the most drama, for the most. Let's get them to come back after the commercial break and all this shit. You know how
it's all
about
Smith kind of thing. Yeah,
well, I touched on the whole orgasm thing the other day. They felt the need, and that was scripted. I mean, I'm not saying that what Gypsy said, her response saying she never had an orgasm, because that's crazy. That's crazy work. I'm not saying that they told her to say that. What I'm saying is that whole scene.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Where they were told to bring that up. Do you think that they just set up to video them in the car like that they were being, you guys, that isn't real life. That's a TV show. They were being video and everything. There was a camera doing that.
Well, thank
Those
God
two
you
sitting there talking about that. Just, so she could shame Ryan like that. Her new husband, and she just got out of prison. A woman's prison, where we know what was going on there. And she's saying, I've never, ever had, do you know how disgusting? And that was just to shame and humiliate Ryan. And that was Lifetime's idea to put that in there. They felt the need for that 15 or 20-second little clip or whatever it was. They felt the need to put that in there for the whole world to see, to shame Ryan. Do you know how disgusting that is?
How?
On how many levels?
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
That is disgusting, man. All right? That makes Ryan look like a real piece of shit. It's like you're leaving her like that. You know, I mean, you got a little smoky or whatever. You can't help what you're issued, I suppose. But, you got a tongue. It's not like the whole setup is a difficult thing.
By the way.
Right? If you don't know what you're doing, Ryan, have her grab your ears and take off. I hate to be crass.
Y'all.
And a bit of an ass. But it is what it is, guys.
Oh my God.
So that makes him look like a selfish fucking piece of shit. And that was the setup, guys.
He just said, have her grab your ears and take off. It's like, listen, all I see is Dumbo.
Never-ending story.
No, I'm picturing Dumbo.
Oh. Or is he trying to like say like smashing his face in her crotch or something like that?
That's exactly what he's saying. Yes,
okay.
Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. But I'm over here picturing somebody grabbing Dumbo's ears and taking flight.
That's what I first thought. I thought it was like the never-ending story taking off on the fucking creature through the sky.
Nope, that's not what he's talking about.
Okay.
Nope. I wish it was.
Trying to figure out what that little metallic pin on his neck is. What the fuck is that supposed to be?
I think it is an Under Armour symbol, and he's wearing a turtleneck.
That was the setup. Ryan blows the top off of old little Smokey, and then he rolls over and he's done. And he's over there heating up like a furnace. And poor Gypsy's laying there, never gets to get off. I know that sounds crazy, guys, but that was the setup to Ryan is a selfish motherfucker. Because then what else did we have? Because remember, they had to paint Ryan a bad guy, and Lifetime was neck deep in that. That was Lifetime. They had to paint him a bad guy. The control nut. Wanted to see why she's on her phone. Well, yeah, because she's whoring around with this other dude. Supposedly. They had to paint him a bad guy, the control nut wacko, because they had to axe him so soon. They can't keep the persona of nice little sweet Gypsy just did her time in prison. She was a victim of her mother, and she defended herself in essence through her boyfriend, and now she's out. And she's a sweet little girl, and she just wants to go on with her life. They couldn't make her look like the vixen whore that she is, tricked a man into marrying her in prison, and the minute she gets out, the wheels are turning to get rid of him, runs off to her parents' house just to avoid fucking him. We know the truth, right? We know the truth. Okay, so Lifetime set that up that way. Lifetime, remember, made him look like an asshole out to dinner, made him look like a control nut about her phone, and he's just always on top of me. No, you guys didn't see the other fucking 24 hours of the day, how he was probably just following around kissing her ass, which would be annoying to me. I mean, I don't know, that's annoying. But anyway, it was him kissing her ass, trying his best to help to keep her to stay, is what it was. Okay? That's what the truth is. But Lifetime was in on that. Lifetime built that narrative because their fucking media darling couldn't get out of prison, dropped her husband that stood by her the whole time and actually married her in prison to run off with this other clown. And not only that, leave her husband that's a teacher, right? To take off with this other clown whose gayness can be seen from space. Do you understand? They had to set the narrative to make it look like him a complete piece of shit. That's to justify her leaving him like that. Come on, guys. And that was Lifetime behind that because they had to make her have a good image. All right? And now she looks like a total piece of shit, so let's make her be a mommy. She lost her baby, guys. Show must go on, though. We got to improve that image of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Let's make her be a sweet little mommy. Who's going to call out and pick on a sweet little mommy? Well, fucking surprise, surprise, because she's not a sweet little mommy. If she was a mommy, I wouldn't be fucking with her.
She's a
not that I'm saying if a mother does an evil act, they're off limits, but if she really had a baby, I wouldn't be screwing with her. Why? Why? I would have said what I said about what she did tonight, and that would have been it. They're the ones carrying on this charade forever.
Oh my
so
God,
we got
this charade.
Yep.
Those in it. Now, let's talk about the other time that they set up Ryan Anderson to look like a piece of shit. Again, they take footage and follow him around, and they edit out what they want. And Lifetime targeted him. He should be suing Lifetime, is what he should be doing. They edited all that shit to make him look like a piece of shit animal. Okay? How about this? When she lied and said that when she was on that podcast that now her parole officer said, you got to get off social media right away. You got to shut down TikTok and you got to shut it all down because you were trying to communicate with Nick via the podcast somehow through someone. Now, what a stretch, right? Now, we all know that she sold her soul and she's protected and that her parole officer got the phone call, he or she, that first day and said, let this bitch do whatever she wants. She's got 18 months or whatever, let her ride out. That's what they got the call and told her do whatever she wants. Evidenced by the fact that the motherfucker did whatever she wanted, violated 100 different ways. Hundreds of people were calling them, emailing her parole, doing all these things, nothing to no avail because she's protected and they told her to let her do what she wants. Guys, this is how it works. I'm not lying about any of this shit. I know what I'm talking about. That answers that. That's why she could do anything she wanted. The parole officer was told to let her. Okay? So if you think for 2 seconds that parole officer heard about a podcast and said, oh yeah, you're trying, so you got to get off social media, which, did she ever get off social media? The answer is no. All that was two things, two-pronged. To make Ryan look like a control nut fucking freak and all he cares about is money. Because remember, I'm just revenue. It's just revenue. No, he was making goddamn sense. All he was saying is, get the fucking money off of there. You don't need to even post. Right? Come on, guys. Anyone knows that makes sense. And her parole officer, if this shit was for real and not a big sham, would have told her the same thing. Well, get the money off of there. Come on, man. All that man was saying is, well, baby, it's $6,000. Let's get the money off of there. Then you shut it down. Do what you want, girl. Do what you want. But let's get the money off there. That's revenue. Don't they know that? And he was absolutely right. And he knew the bitch was lying right to his face right there on what was about to be on national television. His wife, his new wife, supposedly, lying right to his fucking face. And it's going to be televised for the whole world to know. And he knew it.
So he made a fake baby?
Okay. Lifetime was behind that. Let's edit this and make it look like, because their whole thing was to make Ryan look like a piece of shit so they can get rid of him. Because there's no other way to explain her fake horror story with this light in the loafers, fucking jazz hands, fucking spirit fingers, motherfucker Ken Urker. There's no way else to explain it except to make him look like a piece of shit that she just had to leave.
I haven't heard that in years. Okay.
I mean, of course, anyone would just walk out the door, but then she would have looked like a piece of shit. Remember? They're trying to rehabilitate her persona and her image. That's what they're trying to do. That's what this is all about. Okay?
Welcome to Planet
She was
Earth.
promised fame and fortune. When she slit her mother's throat, they drained her blood, and she drank of the cup of the blood of the sacrifice. And it's a wrap. It's a done deal. They are going to try to help her. But she's listening to some other numbskulls. She needs some new handlers. Because whoever's telling her to do the stupid shit she's doing is out of their fucking tree, man. Well, I've already discussed that. That video was not really to help her so much. That video was, I want to fuck Lifetime over. I want Lifetime on the hot spot in the corner, and she can do it, and Ryan can help her. Okay? And furthermore, this shit about Ryan, all I was saying about Ryan is all he has to do is say, I never took a DNA test. I was never court ordered to take a real DNA test, and I never took a real DNA test. Because then that's it. It's a wrap then. Louisiana law dictates it doesn't matter what the situation is. If a pregnancy occurred within the marriage, the husband is a presumed father, call them old-fashioned, and he will be tested first, period, or it's not a real thing. All Ryan has to do is say, I never got court ordered and never took a DNA test. That's all he's got to do, and it's a wrap. It's over with. That's all he's got to do. And that's the truth. But I told I want Lifetime. That last video was about Lifetime answering. I am not excusing Gypsy for anything. I'm not excusing her. I'm not forgiving and all this shit. Fuck her. What she did to her mother, and then what she did to Nick, and then what she did to Ryan. Yeah, Ryan makes me sick, and he handled this all wrong. He should have got on the team and called this bitch out from jump, and then he'd be the hero, not the zero he's looking like right now. But he can turn it around. You can turn it around, Ryan. Just do the right thing.
Contact you.
Do the right thing. She's lying, and you never were court ordered. You never took a DNA test. That's all you got to do, bro. That's all you have to do. And the rest we'll take care of. I just want to point out what a piece of shit Lifetime is. And there was another instance I had too, but I've run out of time, of how disgusting they are, how they set shit up like that. Faked a whole pregnancy, man. And if they don't get ahead of it, they're going to throw them under the bus and make them look crazy. See you guys in the next video.
So that's his last one of the day. I think that he goes live and makes these videos in the mornings, in the afternoons, because I think I agree that there's a curfew.
Yeah, he has to turn the phone in or the
And
tablet.
He can only go live up until a certain time.
Because they got patients that have to go to sleep.
Well, I certainly hope that those of you who had not seen this before now see exactly how batshit crazy this man is and why I was concerned about this to begin with.
Yeah. The more eyes on...
I'm not scared of the man. I don't think the man himself is a danger. I think that the people that he is encouraging are the danger.
And the people encouraging him.
Exactly. His comment section is concerning as fuck.
Yeah.
Because some people just do not care. They don't care because it's Gypsy. It's the same thing that people do with me. They don't care about things that happen to me or my family because it's me.
Right.
But if it was them and theirs, it would be a completely different story. They have to justify it somehow. This man is just cuckoo-choo-choo. Yes, Bree has known about this for months. Correct.
No, and she encouraged Gypsy to mock him. I remember that video, but I didn't know that was him she was making fun of.
Well, somebody just sent me a screen recording of one of Bree's lives, and in it from August, Gina, I'm determined to call her ass Gina. Sheena is saying that Karma Collector is a nice guy.
Mm.
I think he does that, Lyndon, because on TikTok, it's a 15-minute.
No, it's because his YouTube channel cuts off at 15 minutes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he doesn't. Remember, he refuses to verify his channel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he won't show his ID to YouTube, but he's got it posted all over Facebook.
Right.
He's since changed his name on his Facebook, but his ID is still there. Yeah,
Sheena might be. I mean, they're obviously feeding him something to keep, and they think. I mean, that's like troll farming and feeding the troll yourself, and you.
Well, why would you say the man's a nice guy if you've known all this stuff that he's saying? You've been researching it for 3 months. The end of August would count into the 3 months that y'all said y'all been looking into him.
Yes. Fishy.
Especially with the fact that she is the one who was carrying on private conversations with him. There's a lot that's fishy about this. A whole lot. But I hope that this gives y'all who didn't know who this man was a better understanding of why I was upset and concerned for Aurora. Like I said, I don't care about Gypsy. Gypsy's an adult. She can take care of herself, but the baby can't.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like Pizzagate and this dude all of a sudden like somehow finds him and wants to try to prove that the baby's fake by deflating the baby,
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're out and about somewhere, if they're out and about somewhere and she's pushing a stroller and she just happens to turn her head to look at something, it takes 2 seconds for somebody to snatch that stroller and run.
Yeah.
The fact that they're not taking this seriously is more concerning to me than the rest.
Yeah, because it's not even a cliche anymore to say stranger and worse shit has happened. I mean, it's just every single fucking day something happens worse than that.
It's literally just a matter of time before something does.
Yeah.
And I have thought of every possible scenario. I'm telling you right now, if this was me and my child, I would never leave my house. And I would have security 24/7.
Yeah.
She can't even own a weapon.
They can't even have one in the house, most likely, right?
Nope, they can't.
Yeah.
Gypsy's aware. It's up in the air as to whether or not she's been aware the whole time. Because according to some, and I'm still waiting for proof, these videos of his have been in Bree's Discord this entire time. I don't get it. No, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Same blood and lust, same. But anyhow, I have got to get off here and try to get some sleep. I've got the baby again tomorrow. I've had her for the last 2 days, and I am tired today with this doctor's appointment. My head hurts. And I am going to go and lay down and try to get some sleep.
Get some rest.
Yep. So I hope y'all all have a great rest of y'all's night, and I will see y'all tomorrow sometime.
See you later.
Bye, y'all.